Welcome to Spindle and Spoon Homestead, your place for simple living and hand spinning. Be sure to check out my blog for from-scratch recipes, fiber art, and homestead adventures. Hey everybody, welcome to Spindle and Spoon Homestead. Today I'm going to be sharing my quick and easy and efficient way to cut up old clothing that you want to upcycle and stash it away for any kind of project like quilt making or making clothes, baby clothes, small objects, whatever you're making. This is my way that I've developed to process a giant pile of old, unwanted clothing into a much smaller, tidier stack of scraps that are, they don't have seams and buttons and things in the way. So the real secret to my method, it's nothing really special, but it is to use a large cutting mat and a rotary cutter. This rotary cutter is the sharpest one I have by far at the moment, and it's small, but I would recommend using a larger one, especially if you're cutting up thicker clothing like sweaters or jeans. I think the bigger one might be better for that, but this one works fine. And you also want to have a pair of scissors handy just for those bits that the rotary cutter can't quite get. So I've got this pile of clothes that they either have holes or stains, or they just are ill-fitting in some way. I love this shirt to death, but now it's got holes in it. So I want to save, I really love this color, so I'm going to save this whole piece, and I'm going to save all of this stuff, but cut out the seams. And basically what I do is I just cut both layers on and cut out all the seams just as fast as I can. I try not to overthink it. I'm just trying to power through this. So I kind of lay it flat, and I do try and line up the seams, like the sleeves and the side seams, a little bit, but then I just go for it. Now these sleeves are so tiny, I'm not going to save them, but that's totally up to you. And I'm just going to cut it right here and throw that out. So now I've got these two pieces. And this part, I'm going to kind of stretch it out the best I can, and I'm just going to cut straight across. It can get pretty thick with all these layers, so just be careful. Now it's much flatter, and I'm going to cut the side seams and the hem. Oh, missed that one. Okay, now I'm going to fold it together. And it is ready for my stash. Now I've got these two button-up shirts. This one has a lot of detailed seams, like it's got this western yoke, and it's got two darts up the back, and I think darts in the front, and a pocket. Whereas this button-up shirt has no darts. It's just a large rectangle on the back, and the front is also fairly large pieces. So I don't think this Western style fitted button-up shirt is really worth cutting up. And it's still in good condition, I just don't wear it. So I'm gonna donate this. I'm not interested in cutting that up. But this one is pretty worn out and has some nice big pieces, so I'm gonna cut this one up. anytime you've got a row of buttons, a really quick way to get them ready is to just cut out that button placket. And then you can just roll this up and stash it with your buttons. And it's in a nice, like it's all grouped together with the matching buttons and ready to go. Okay, this one does have a dart, a bust dart, so I'm just going to cut it across here. And the rest I will throw out. All right, and that one's ready to go. Okay, I've got these pants, and I'm just going to cut out all the seams, same as the shirts, just kind of lay them flat and line up the seams and cut them out. You could save the elastic if it's in good shape, but I'm going to throw this out. Now I've got a few really nice cashmere sweaters that have moth holes in them somewhere. There's a big one here. And of course you can mend sweaters, but this is my husband's and we're not feeling the need to mend this right now. We have plenty of sweaters. There's another one. And so I am going to cut it up because you can make some really nice baby accessories with old cashmere sweaters or other soft sweaters. And so I'm going to show you how I will cut this up. You want to preserve the ribbing because you can use this ribbing for different types of items. In some cases you might want to preserve this ribbing, but I'm not going to do that this time. I guess I'm going to keep that there. I don't think I'll use it, but you never know. Now in some cases you may want to not cut up your sleeve seams because you can make little mittens or leg warmers out of these, and you don't have to, I mean, just leave them sewn up. You don't have to cut them up, just cut them off basically. But this one's got a giant hole here, so I know I'm not going to be doing that. But if you do leave that seam on, then you can literally just trace a mitten shape here, cut it out, and sew it together. There's our cashmere. Now, of course, with some sweaters, they make a good candidate for unraveling the yarn and upcycling just the yarn. But if a sweater is seamed with machine stitches, or if the yarn's like super thin, I mean, it's obviously up to you, but for me, it's just not worth it to unravel all of that yarn. I would rather just use the already knitted fabric and upcycle it as fabric. If you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button because that really helps get this video out to more people so more people can see it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell if you'd like to get notified about my upcoming videos. Thank you so much to all of my followers. Cute. I'm gonna go ahead and cut them out just in case I decide to use them on something. I'm gonna save these. Got a hole in it. Well, only one so far. That's not too bad. Okay, this one has those front darts again, and it's still in good condition. So I really don't feel like cutting this up. I'm just gonna donate it. Now here we've got a skirt, which can be a really great source of fabric. It's basically a giant rectangle that's sewn into a tube, and then the top part is gathered in some way. This one has elastic and a flat waistband. For this, I'm going to use the scissors because it feels pretty thick. So in the end, I've got 3 sweaters. Organize this a little better. I've got 3 sets of buttons. I think I'll put the sweaters in a different basket. Now I've got all of this lovely upcycled fabric that's somewhat in rectangular shapes, and I can make something with them. I do have plans to use this to make a patchwork skirt or dress. I'm not sure which yet, because all these colors I think work really well together, and they're all similar weight fabrics except maybe this one, but they're all silk or rayon. Most of them are rayon, and a couple of lightweight other fabrics. There's no synthetics because I don't do synthetics. But yeah, this is very exciting. Plus I've got some sweaters that I can make some baby accessories with, or whatever else I think up. And I've got this pile of trash that you could take to a textile recycling center. I don't have one where I live, unfortunately, so I'm just going to throw this away. If you're absolutely sure that it's all natural fibers, you could compost it, but before doing that I would cut it in smaller pieces because you don't want any critters getting entrapped in any of these things, so that's a concern. But yeah, textile waste recycling, or just throw it away. Or if you're really ambitious, you could use your imagination, creativity, and think of a way to use all of this. But I'm just going to throw it away so I can move on with my basket of scrap fabric. Thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave me a comment about what it is you're working on with crafts or cooking or whatever you're up to. Thanks again, and see you later.